Welcome to the PattyLynn Show. I am PattyLynn, and this is Mariah Young, my friend and founder of Gals and our CEO. Hello. And we are coming to you tonight with a fun topic. We are talking about summer fun. So July is one of my favorite months, probably because it's my birthday month. I have this theory that people like the season that their birthday is in. Yeah. So I don't know, but I do love July and summer, and happens to be my birthday month. So we're talking about summer fun and how we spend our summers. Yes. And so my question is, first, we're going to look back to how you spent summer as a child. What were some things that you did as a child in your summers off?
Yeah, make sure to comment. We would love to know, even though this isn't live anymore, we are definitely going to be checking your comments.
Yes, we want to hear from you. So what about you, Mariah? What are some things you did in the summers as a child?
My favorite thing was we'd go to the pool every single day. I lived on an Air Force base, and it was free to go swim if you had your ID. And so us kids walked to the pool every single day. Yeah. It was a long walk, but we walked. I think we had crab apples or something, the trees. Yeah. So we would, of course, all the way be picking crab apples and eating because, we were so hungry. We were starving.
Well, you had to get your energy up, and I'm sure on the way home you were hungry because swimming makes you so hungry.
Yeah, that was my favorite. And then we actually came here to visit every year because my family's up here. So
yeah, I liked going to the beach, and we didn't do it too much when I was very little, but in high school we lived up on the Olympic Peninsula, and there's so many gorgeous parks and things to see and beaches that are not very far away that we would just pack a picnic lunch and go to the beach. The water was always cold still because it's the Pacific Northwest, so it's never super warm, but I loved it. I mean, I don't have to have a warm beach because of that, because was used to just being at the beach. But I think just a lot of nature trips then, and hikes. We did a lot of hikes. My youth group did a bunch of hikes in the summer, and then summer camp.
Oh, nice.
So when I was really young, like 10 or so, we'd go to a horse camp and a camp around Lake Sammamish, Sambika, went there. And I don't know if that was the same horse camp. I think they had some horses, but then I think we went to a different horse camp another year, all over in the Seattle area.
Nice. See, I grew up in the warm area, California, and the ocean should be warm. I cannot do cold oceans. I could see how that would be beneficial though.
Yeah.
Because now you can handle it. I can't.
I just get drawn in, whatever the weather. I just want to be in the water. That's awesome. So, at least up to your knees, and you're too cold and you have to get out. But
my kids are that way too.
Jumping the waves, being in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do love actually a warm beach.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just can also appreciate the cold ones.
There you go. There's beauty to that. Yes. Yeah. I'm glowing. We are out in the sun.
I know. It was so nice out. This little bird tweeting, and I got a couple dogs running around the yard.
Summer. Yes.
I know. I just love it. So, and I did want to talk a little bit about people who don't have jobs, such as teachers or stay-at-home parents and kids who get to take the summers off. Right. And teachers, they always say, well, we don't get the whole summer off because we have to do our projects and read our books. And yes, but still we can do it from a lounge chair at the pool.
Right.
So I do really appreciate and don't take for granted the summer times that teachers get. But if you work let's call it a 9 to 5, whatever the hours are, 8 to 3 or whatever you work. But if you are working in the summer, how can you still enjoy the summer?
Good questions.
Because it is really, at least for the Pacific Northwest, it's really our best weather.
Yeah.
We've waited all year. They say 9 months of rain. And so now we have these 3 months where summer clothes, which I love wearing summer clothes, and sunshine and warmth. And if it does rain in the summer, because it can, then it is nice warm rain. warmer. It's not stormy and cool.
Yeah, no, you gotta take advantage.
Yeah. So my idea on that is just really take advantage of all the sunlight we have. And again, up here in the Pacific Northwest, we've got, before you go to work, there is sunlight.
Woohoo.
And so I'm not a morning person, but if you are, then you can go for your walk. You could even go for a hike. I need some kids that are working kind of an afternoon shift, but they would actually drive to the gorge and go for a hike, and they come in for their afternoon shift in the summer. And I'm like, how would you do that? But you
Crazy.
plan your time and go do it. And so hikes in the morning, or relaxing on your porch with your, iced tea or coffee and your book or your pets or whatever. And then, of course, when you get home from work, even if it's 6 o'clock, you've got about 3.5 hours of sunshine.
Yeah.
So making sure you're not too tired to somehow enjoy that, and to coordinate with your friends. I was talking to some people today, and they're like, it's so hard to find when my friends aren't busy, but just find that time, because have them over, and it doesn't have to be a fancy food. I think people put so much emphasis on sometimes having someone over that has to be super fancy, or the food good enough, or the house clean enough. Just do it, or meet at a park with your picnic blanket and pick up food on the way.
One of our favorite summers as adults, our kids were little, was a year that we just happened, like almost every day, I swear, we were just asking our best friends, like, hey, want to go to the river? Want to meet at the river? And we would just go grab dinner. Sometimes we would, prepare in advance, but not usually. So it's usually last second. Yeah. And we just go to the lake, Horseshoe Lake up here in Woodland, and we would just go do it. Like we did it almost every weekend, almost every Sunday after church. That's where we were going, and it was just such a great summer. We've never had a summer like it since, because we've all been busy. But we just remember being able to like have that time together. It was totally awesome.
And I bet that is such a great memory for your kids. Like if they were sitting with us and we said, what's your favorite summer, right? Because you did it so much. And that's something that we as parents or aunties, need to do, is think about, what about those memories for the kids? So what can we do to help them?
And that was after work. That wasn't like during the day, like we did our stuff during the day, but when my husband got off of work, we went and did that. And so, that was fun.
Yeah. I do like that. Another thing my mom would do is she'd coordinate and have the cousins come over. And she actually ran a camp cousin, it was called. And she'd send out a brochure to invite them. And then she'd have all the meals planned, and she was our camp counselor, and our bedrooms would have like our cabin names, and we had to do KP duty and bathroom cleanup, and everyone had chores that they had to do. Nice. And then all these activities that we would do, which were just like go down to the waterfront where we lived, or they weren't huge expensive parks or anything. They were just hang out together and then have some of this food that she'd made. And it was just super fun. Aww. And we have such good memories, and such good memories of being kids and doing it, that we did that for our kids too.
Aww,
that we had Camp Cousin, and she had devotions, we had like just like little devotions at camp.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, it really was. And so it was fun to be the older generation then, when we were moms, and then us sisters got together and had Camp Cousin for the kids, and several years.
Yeah, I love that, because I love how you guys talked about it doesn't have to be like super difficult. It's just about being together and hanging out and intentionality. I love that. So cool. One thing we would do to help, especially with the evenings, because we were off gallivanting all day, the kids and I, but my husband had, he works, and so he would come home and be bummed that we had this great day all day, and then come home and we're all exhausted. So I started throughout the years to just like, okay, we need to be intentional with our evenings and make sure that he's getting to have fun too. So we did start our themed days, but I don't know if we're going into that or later, or
like what we do now. Yeah. So let's go. We're thinking about what we did as a kid, and then how can we do those same things as an adult, or help, like we're saying, help our kids to have those fun times, or what do we want to do differently?
Yes. So the themed days really help, because I didn't have to think about it a lot, because I was tired too from being with the kids all day. And even though we were out having fun, it's exhausting, right? Entertaining kids. So the themed days really helped, even silly things like the Taco Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Not even like that difficult. We had a movie night at the park that we would do.
Yes.
We didn't have to think about that. There was always the concerts at the park and those kinds of things. And so that really you know, I didn't necessarily have to make anything up with those either. It was just stuff that was already happening, and we just went and did them.
We did a lot of those. And that
Yeah.
was back in the day where we got a newspaper delivered.
Yeah.
Don't do that anymore. But I'd read in the newspaper and find out what everyone was offering. So our library, when the kids were
Oh,
little,
yeah,
would have
libraries.
special events, and
Yes.
a magician was coming in. And that was usually during the day, but you know,
Mhm.
magician, or they had mini horses. They're like the size of a Great Dane or something. I mean,
Mini
but these little mini horses that were so cute.
Cute.
Bebop Farms. I think it's
Cute.
still around here. Who knows? But
Oh, that is
and,
awesome.
yeah, and you know, the magician, and what else? I don't know. And then some parks had free lunch for anyone under
Yeah.
the age, I think they still do, age of 18.
Yep.
And you don't have to go to that school district.
No. In
It's
fact, they
just,
want you to come.
yeah, they want
Yeah.
you, they have all this food and it can't go to waste. And so we would go, and all three of my kids would get a sack lunch, and
Mhm.
they had a little sprinkler pond. We'd splash around the sprinkler pond and walk home.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
that, and then like you mentioned, concerts in the park. So they have
Mhm.
concerts at noon and concerts at sunset. And we'd look at the schedule and choose, but really it doesn't matter what kind of music's playing. It's fun, whether
Yeah.
it's jazz or a little old rock, old time rocky.
Yep. We always enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. That was something I learned actually about the lunches. I do have to say, I did specifically ask if you could,
Mhm.
you know, I was like, well, we don't go, we had actually planned to eat. And they're like, no, please
Mhm.
come take this food, because otherwise it's just going in the garbage. And please, we want everyone to. So my kids and I actually started looking on Parks and Rec and looking for the ones that had the lunches so that I didn't
Yeah.
have to pack anything.
Yeah, and it's great. It was a great little lunch. And
Mhm. Yeah. Sorry, had to make sure I mentioned that, because some people
know.
like feel like, oh, I don't know if I could do that. No, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. And even my preschool kids, I mean, it was like the school program in the summer, but they were like, oh yeah, we have plenty, you know.
Please. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Woo-hoo. So there's some ideas.
Yeah, I love doing all those. It was kind of fun because I'd always kind of meet my friends. We wouldn't coordinate it, but we were living in the same area enough that we'd, the movies too.
Oh,
Go to the
yeah.
free movies. Now I
Yeah.
think they're $1 now or something. I don't think
They're
like,
not
they used to
much.
be totally free. And I
Yeah,
think
they're
now they're
not
just like
much.
$1 or something.
Yeah.
And big buses of preschool kids would come too.
Yes.
So we'd be there with our kids, and the big preschool buses drive up, and they don't care if you bring your own snacks in, and you just watch an old movie.
Yeah. They're not that old though. They were from like the last year.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, you might have already seen it
Yeah.
or not, but we'd watch it, and then let's see, they'd sell a meal, but it was like candy and popcorn. It wasn't really a meal. Again, like candy and popcorn, it was pretty expensive. So we just brought your own snacks and
Mhm.
watched the free movie. It was air conditioned. It was hot out.
Yeah. It was a great, like, kind of,
And
I hate to
kids
say,
loved-
but
kids
time
loved it.
filler.
Well, yeah,
A little-
experience maker.
Yes, it was. It was.
So this summer, I want to think of some of those things that were fun as a kid.
Mhm.
So I do want to go to the beach. We usually went camping, and we're not really set up to go camping. We haven't been a real big camping family.
Mhm.
So we could go. I've gone just girl power camping with all the girl cousins.
Fun.
And that was really fun. And they're always there. We're going to go camping again. And sure. we just do it our own way, you know, might not follow anybody's rules, but we show up at the campsite, we put up our tent, make whatever food or eat it cold. We don't care.
Are
Usually
there
get a-
camping rules?
No, just tradition.
Just
Probably.
okay.
Probably.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
good.
thinking.
Like, I don't know.
That's
I don't know
probably not.
camping rules. There
Good.
are- okay, good.
So I wasn't breaking the rules this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just making those memories, you know, was so fun.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Yeah, we're not really campers either.
So I don't know if I'll go camping this summer, but being that I have more time off, I always want to make sure I get together with friends if they're available, and then have some time of play. So I do like going to the beach or a river,
Mm-hmm.
do some arts and crafts.
Yes,
You know, some arts and crafts this summer to do.
lots.
Yeah.
I'm moving to my new house. I have plenty
Yes.
of projects.
Moved in. So I got to finish some sweater before someone goes off to college. So some projects, and then I have a puppy to train,
Yes, so
and she's
cute.
doing fine. And I'm also going to train a friend's puppy.
Oh,
So
awesome.
because I got some time, so I'm helping out.
Nice. Yeah, and your puppy's so cute. She's so cute, guys.
She is so cute.
That little face.
So things I don't want to do this summer, I
Mm.
don't want to sleep in too much. I usually have a couple days where I do sleep in. And by sleeping in, I used to be able to sleep to like 10 or 11:30. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Even as a 20-year-old, I like once a week, I'd be like, oh, I'm so tired. But now I'm kind of up regular time every day.
Mm-hmm.
Even for work, I wake up before my alarm goes off and say, oh, pretty much time to get up. I wouldn't count on it. I still set the alarm.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
But
Smart. I know my body won't let me sleep in much anymore either. I wish it
Yeah.
would. I would really love to sleep in. Although if my husband is still in bed, I can typically
Mhm.
cuddle in with him and he's nice and toasty warm.
and
And that
cozy.
might help it, but not always.
Yeah. Well, and then nap. Every once in a while I'll take a nap, but I don't nap
Mhm.
very much anymore either.
Nice.
But sometimes you just have to take a nap.
Yeah.
But you do want to
definitely.
get enough sleep, but I don't want to sleep away this summer, and especially the sunshine hours.
Mhm.
So I like to get up. I leave. Sometimes my little trick is I leave the blinds open so the sun wakes you up. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
that's a nice way to wake up. And then I like to stay up until it's dark. So that could be like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So
it's
nice
true.
around here in the height of summer.
Yes.
And I don't want too much screen time.
Mm.
Don't mind TV watching, even stupid shows if it's raining out. I
Right.
just cuddle up with my knitting and watch TV. I don't care. But
Yeah.
in the summer, I just want
Be
to be
outside.
enjoying nature. Yeah.
Exactly.
We're even filming the show outside.
Yay. I know. When it's nice, I even want to do school outside. I'm like, what can we do? What can we do outside?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, oops, where are we going here?
We gotta.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I love it.
Well, one thing when I was looking at my paper, when my dogs are barking, they're distracting me.
Yes, distractions are amidst us.
when we're
But
outside.
we're outside. It's great. Yes.
So berry picking.
Ooh.
So this year the strawberries were late because of our cold spring, but then when strawberries came in, then we got all the other seasons. So I love berries. And it's not summer for me unless I've had dessert for dinner.
Ooh, yes.
So
I like it.
usually would try to talk Ken into on Father's Day, let's just have strawberry shortcake for dinner.
Ooh,
That's like
I
my
like
favorite
it.
thing, but sometimes he wants to have a dinner before that. So
Yeah.
okay,
I
but
know.
I might just have strawberry shortcake. And then on my
Maybe both.
birthday in July, then I'm just like, can we just have dessert for dinner? I just want strawberries and blueberries and
Yes.
ice cream.
Yes. I've been doing mine with Cocoa Whip lately.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. So good.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
did try that the other day. It was good.
Yeah. And it's nice because it's like light and airy and just it has a little bit of a coconut flavor. So I highly recommend it. Try some Cocoa Whip.
Get it out for
So
your
good.
berries.
Yeah.
Mm. So, and then in summer, the flow of the months is kind of what we follow for gals. I say kind of because, all of our lives are different. But
Yeah.
as you're coming through and kind of the mad rush to get the kids done with June school's out.
So busy.
We say, take a pause,
Yeah.
take that purposeful pause. And it's hard to do sometimes because there's things we want to do. We want to get right to it, but make sure that you have paused and taken a breath, and hopefully got to do that in June. And then in July, just have your summer fun. So figure out what you want to do, what's going to be your flow of your day. What time you're going to get up? What are you going to do? My mom always had us get up. We did breakfast and a chore chart. And then we could, like when we were in grade school, we had an apartment with a pool. So then we could go down to the pool.
Ooh, nice.
Or we were in Kirkland, walk down to the waterfront or something like that. So,
Yeah.
but up and chores. So as an adult, I like to do that too.
Yeah.
So the flow of my day, get up, get my chores done, and then have the day just kind of to do some things, but just really check in with yourself this month and make sure, I wanted to go to the beach. When's that going to happen? And if you are working, can you take a mental health day or a vacation day and just have one of those kid time summer breaks?
Yes, I agree. That's such a perfect month for that because usually, I don't know why, there's not really a science behind it, but most of us tend to take our vacations in July. So you may as well finish off the year, just relax, take that deep breather, maybe sleep in a little bit. And But I do find that too. A little bit of structure is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the flow of the day, and then the flow of the year is the pause, and then the July, have some fun. And then
Mhm.
August, again, you'll make sure you have done what you really want to do this summer.
Mhm.
Have dessert for dinner. I recommend it.
Get those non-negotiables in. Yes.
And then it's time to look ahead to getting back to schedule, which is what
Yeah.
we and gals always talk about for September. Is okay, let's get our calendars and our colored pencils and pens and
Yeah.
block it out and figure out how we're going to manage the busy of the school year again, or of the routine of, I think some
Whatever it
other things
is.
other than school take breaks in the summer. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been in a life group or a Bible study and they'll pause for the summer, or
Mhm.
sports kind of end for the summer sometimes. So
Yeah. And
it's
then
kind of
they
a
start
different,
gearing back up
it
in
has,
August.
it has a different flow.
Yeah. It is nice because, I feel like it's almost like that part of like you have several people talk about, the quarters as a new year and the energy that you have as you're doing a new year. So September is almost one of those new years to kind of just get back into structure. We're all about ready by that time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's time. We can't play all the time.
No, we need it.
Yeah. So make sure you comment. Tell us, what are your summer, like you said, non-negotiables, your summer
Bucket
to-dos.
list. Yes.
Yes. And last July, we wrote out a bucket list. That was really fun. So,
It was.
so many great ideas. So comment, ask questions. We'll be glad to say our answers.
Yes,
Talk to
definitely.
you. Yeah.
I love it.
Well, I gotta take care of those dogs that are going crazy. I don't know what they're doing, but thank you so much for joining us tonight for the PattyLynn Show.
Yes.
I hope you heard some practical skills for positive living.
Yeah.
And watch our Gals Facebook page, because that's where we're going to have info on upcoming events, and of course encouragement and companionship, friendships. And so hop on that the Facebook page to stay active, because we love to see you on there as well. Okay, love you. Have a great summer.